Hey guys, how we doing? Back on the video from Nux Taku. It was originally called Why Every Naruto Character is Perfect and in brackets mostly LMAO, but it's actually now called, I'm going to go onto my phone, Naruto Nails What Everything Fails. Another case of Nux changing the title of the video God knows how many times. But it's been a while since Nux has done a Naruto related video, hasn't it? So let's see what this is about, shall we?
Alright fam, warning you in advance, This video has something for everyone.
Yeah?
Okay, we're gonna have the super serious analysis aspect in
Oh, that's the first movie cover.
Pointing out some things that I believe almost no one realized. I've kind of been getting re-excited about the series because my brother watched one Naruto fight and then his recommended on YouTube got flooded with Naruto fights.
Class.
Every time I talk to him, he's like, dude, Naruto's actually
cool.
dope. So, yeah, I've been thinking about Naruto a lot and I came up with something amazing to say. So if you're here for that, that's amazing. If you're here because you love when I take pot shots at people that say, oh, My Hero Academia is actually the greatest anime of all time, well, that's perfect for you. And this isn't necessarily just taking pot shots against My Hero Academia. No. I'm going to be talking about what Naruto does so well that no other shonen comes close.
Interesting.
In this Interesting. So I've been hearing Naruto getting a lot of slack lately, and I don't like it. Sorry, fam, don't like it one bit. It's not Naruto's fault that the apocalypse is going on right now. No, I'm not talking about the Heineken flu. I'm talking about Boruto, damn it. The third group of people that this video caters to is people that, well, want more ammunition to destroy Sakura.
Hell yes.
I've been memeing about Sakura for a while. I've been saying she's not a terrible character, it's just, you know, she sucks. Then
She's
I've been
useless.
apologizing to Sakura fans, and then I've been noting that, well, that apology was really to no one because
nobody likes Sakura.
Ha. And somehow, my memeing about a month ago reinvigorated this massive war on Twitter. Now, Sakura's actually pretty awesome and stuff.
Really?
Well, you're gonna hear arguments against Sakura that, well, let's just say no one's ever spoken about before. Sakura said at the end of the series she can finally fight alongside Naruto and Sasuke. No. You all heard that stuff already. You're gonna hear never before seen Sakura slander going on, and it's gonna be amazing.
Oh my god.
The fourth group of people that this video is gonna be for is, well, yours truly, because my last bunch of videos weren't monetized, so hell yeah! This video is sponsored by Naruto.
That's amazing, cool.
The first officially licensed Naruto MMO
That looks
RPG.
good.
And damn, it had that one thing that every Naruto RPG needed. It has that open world vibe.
Class.
You can crawl around Konoha and the other villages. This is what I want to see. And bruh, it also has the OG voice actors, so you really feel like you're part of the story. Besides just collecting the characters you know and love, you also have options of 4 new characters, and there are different ninja classes, and you can evolve your ninjas, learn new jutsus, in amazing PvP and PvE battles. It becomes the ultimate tale of butt-kickery. The legend of you. If you like Naruto or MMORPGs, but preferably not, this is the game for you, damn it! Link in the descriptions to Naruto Naruto Slugfest. Thank you so much for sponsoring this video. You're a light in the darkness. But now,
I love how he nearly said Shadow Legends. I was probably intentional as well. That's brilliant. Yeah, there's the whole raid Shadow Legends thing.
No shonen anime does character development like good old OG Naruto. And just telling you in advance, if I get any comments saying, look, it's actually not pronounced Naruto, it's Naruto. Shove a kunai up your ass, boy.
Damn.
I'm not at a point in my career where I give a flying rat's buttock about mispronouncing names, okay? It's beneath you. Anywho, Naruto has a style of character development that you pretty much don't see anywhere else. I will give many examples of this, and it's some of the best character development of all time. Naruto has a style that you pretty much don't see in any other shonen, and even though many of the tropes within Naruto are reused by more modern shonen, I mean, Naruto was that poor, sad kid. Wait, no, I was doing this wrong. Editor, cue the very sad Naruto sitting on a swing music. Thank you. Naruto was a poor, sad kid. His parents were dead.
The music.
The village ostracized him. Damn it. Editor, turn off the sad music. I can't do this. And then
there was no sad music.
To kick butt. This little boy who no one had any hope for, who sucked at school, who failed the ninja entrance exams 3 times but still managed to be the same year as Sasuke and a year younger than Lee, even though Lee also failed a bunch of times and he should have been in the same grade as Lee, overlapping a couple times, and we don't worry about that because we don't care about plot right now. We're talking about character
you're thinking too into it.
He's the guy with the big aspirations and the big dreams that no one thought he would ever reach, and he reached them. Now, a lot of people are like, alright, so that worked.
Alright.
Naruto was pretty famous. It made, like, Kishimoto a few $100 over its runtime.
Just a few.
My Hero Academia, Black Clover. Alright, so here's the plan, guys. Deku and Asta, no powers. But once they get superpowers, they too can accomplish their dreams of becoming the Wizard Hero King Knight champion.
The Hokage.
All things good in the universe. Spirit Bomb, Kamehameha attack. But even though basic themes are inspired by Naruto, and that's fine, because Naruto was inspired by Shonen that preceded it, there is one thing that Naruto did that was never recreated. And even in the greatest shonens, with the greatest character development, you never actually see that style of character development that Naruto had, and that flair that made you fall in love with so much of the support cast, as if they were each a quasi-main character of the story. Hunter x Hunter is pretty much considered the paramount of shonen. I don't think that anyone considers Hunter x Hunter bad, and if you do consider Hunter x Hunter bad, well then someone with the Heineken flu cough on this man! Alright, that was a bit morbid, I get it, but it was funny, so it's worth it. Even in Hunter x Hunter, which mastered character development on a psychological level, it never actually mastered Naruto's style of character development on a thematic level. And now, I will give you certain examples as to exactly what I mean. They are simple examples, I'm not going to blow your mind with any of them, but when you realize it's that same formula done for so many of the characters, and each one done differently so it doesn't feel redundant in the slightest, you'll be like, damn! Naruto's the king of character development. So, I'm going to do my best to avoid talking about main characters, because if I'm like, well, Naruto and Sasuke, they had development, that's not exactly the biggest mind-blowing point on the planet.
No, they're main characters, they're meant to.
Main characters of a 700-episode series.
Yes.
But let's look at the support cast for a little bit. I consider Kakashi to basically be the main character of Naruto, so he'll be the easiest to explain, so I'll do so briefly. Man, it's been a while.
I do like that little
video. I can't wait for the Naruto fans in the comments to be like, did you just say that Kakashi's the main character of Naruto? Then the show would have been called
in his opinion, come on, leave it.
Because that's literally been in the comment sections of my previous videos, guys. I hope that you've become levels of memers enough that you can understand when I'm memeing, when I'm serious, and when I'm memeing to be serious. Okay? Okay. Kakashi's greatest weakness at the start of the series was the fact that he felt like his entire family crumbled. Everyone fell before his eyes. The people he cared about in Obito, in Rin, and in Minato, and he felt hollow because of it. He would never accept another squad because those squads wouldn't cheat on his test to give each other food, and teamwork would not be a vibe for them. This man regretted his actions so much with his lack of teamwork that it inadvertently caused Obito and Rin's demise. It was something he was suffering through his entire life. Through his
bit of a
life,
depressing childhood.
He had the Sharingan that constantly reminded him of Obito, and he had the Mangekyo Sharingan, which he awakened when Rin died by his hand. These things reminded him throughout, but all in all, his greatest loss and his greatest source of suffering stemmed from the fact that he was useless when it came to his family all dying. He was useless to save Obito, Rin, and Minato. That weighed very heavily on him. In the story of Naruto, he managed to actually find a way to redeem himself. He managed to raise Naruto, Sakura, and Sasuke into powerful men. This is the new family that was supposed to represent the old, and this was supposed to be him coming to terms with everything and reconciling. Being that he's a far more important character than the majority of the support cast, his arc traverses the entire Naruto storyline. So, he doesn't just get like 50 episodes. Alright, his character's done. Get Kakashi out
he's
here.
Constantly in it.
Guy. Let's make Ebisu Sensei the next really important character. Kakashi's dope because at the end of the original Naruto series, he failed. Sakura was now being trained by Tsunade. Naruto was being trained by Jiraiya, and Sasuke was being trained by Orochimaru. His family has once again crumbled, and he has failed again. But as the Naruto Shippuden story continues, and the whole war shiz happens, and everything goes spiraling out of control, the final battle to take on Kaguya is Kakashi and Team 7.
Yep,
it's a really
back together again.
Beautiful moment. This is finally Kakashi's storyline wrapping up with his greatest flaw and weakness, his hindrance to his friends that he considered his family in the past, and now at long last they are living vicariously through this new generation of ninja that is saving the world. That is Kakashi's storyline in a very abridged format.
That is. It's great. Check it out.
Feel free to check it out. But that's not the point here. The point is he had a very powerful thematic flaw when the series began, and he overcame it with spades. Let's look at another character. Let's say Gaara. I like Gaara. I think everyone likes Gaara. Gaara started off as the most sociopathic psychopath on the face of the planet. This guy was like Jake Paul on steroids. steroids, okay? His family hated him. He was betrayed by everyone. His father tried to kill him. His siblings were terrified of him, and his uncle was an assassin sent by his father to kill him. That's the most messed up family dynamic of all time. Aside from that one time my dad found my Giantioi videos, which I've never made because I've never watched Giantioi. In a nutshell, that could all be summed up in a very quick way. The fact that he was feeling so much pain due to the betrayal of love he felt from his father and uncle, that was a lack of love. And the fact that his village all feared him and his siblings also feared him, that was a lack of relatability. These were the two things that came together that made Gaara who he is. Unlike someone like Neji, who I will talk about in a moment, Gaara never had the overlying theme of hard work beats natural talent. He's naturally talented, so someone with hard work will defeat him. Being that was really never what Gaara's character arc was supposed to be, it thematically made no sense for Lee to be able to beat Gaara from Gaara's perspective. We'll talk about Lee later as well. Gaara's
we're going over all the guys.
He was, at that point, was A, the lack of love from his father and uncle, and in fact the betrayal of love, and B, the lack of relatability he felt in his siblings and all the people in his village. Then he met Naruto. Good old Naruto. Someone else who was ostracized by his village for being a Jinchuriki, someone else who understood exactly what Gaara felt at any point in time, and someone who actually had an aspiration to make his village love him and respect him, whereas Gaara despised his village. This was where Gaara overcame his first bridge. This is when Gaara found someone he could finally relate with. His second bridge was only crossed far later in the series. Second bridge was crossed in Shippuden when he fought his father in his reincarnated state.
God,
and he managed to use Big Ultra Mami Sen.
That was nice. That was so nice.
Basically an embodiment of his mother's love to him, and his father expressed love to him at the very end as well. The mark on his forehead
says
means love,
yeah.
And it's only at that point in the series that he managed to overcome the second hurdle in his childhood, being finding actual, genuine love. Again, see what happened to Gaara's character? See how you make character development freaking amazing? See why no other series managed to capture the beauty of what Naruto could do? And the examples keep spilling, man. Neji, who
Go it. Do it.
Is someone who was overlooked by his family. Neji is someone who never actually felt a betrayal of love like Gaara. You see, every character is so nuanced, it's amazing.
They're different.
There was no betrayal of love. He just felt like he was discriminated against by his own family for only being a branch of the Hyuga clan. He felt like he was being taken advantage of by his family, and he was unfairly treated and not being given the proper respect to just because he wasn't a son of the head of the family. And because of this, he retracted into his shell very much. He made very few friends, and he was an absolute genius. So he was like, you don't want to respect me because I don't
say
got
that
bloodline thing you care about? I'm going to be the best goddamn ninja on the planet, and I'm skilled enough to do it. So with talent in hand, Neji trained hard. Neji was a absolute badass. He was considered a genius of a higher degree than Sasuke in the Chunin exams. He is someone who put so much value in God-given talent because that is something he had, unlike that status of birth that he so badly wanted. These were the two flaws that contradicted each other in Neji's lifetime. And what happened when Neji fought Naruto? Yes, Naruto ended up winning with like kind of Nine-Tails chakra, but Neji didn't know that. Naruto in Neji's mind was some bum kid who fumbled his way into the finals of the Chunin exams. It made no sense.
Yeah, he was like, this is a joke. Why?
Neji is super anti the whole vibe of not having talent, as he showed when he slaughtered Hinata in the previous round. The reason why Neji's so anti-hard work and so pro-talent is because that's the thing he was worth. That's the bloodline he got, that he can convince himself is worth more than the special bloodline from the very cool branch of the Hyuga clan. So because of these two things, the disrespect he felt like he was getting from his family, i.e. the lack of appreciation towards him, being that he was actually a dope dude, and B, that crafting his entire mindset of hard work being worthless in front of the feet of natural talents that he possessed, that's when he gets slapped by Naruto. Naruto, the kid who beat him with hard work, a kid who failed the exam to become a genin 3 times, who's a year younger than him somehow, and who was
somehow
beaten by Lee in a heartbeat before the exam even began. This is the kid that kicked his butt. This is the kid that took him down a notch and was like, nah fam, hard work counts balls. I don't know if that's a real expression but, you know,
Counts
I
balls.
used it. I'm not going to take it back. I'm kind of proud of it, not going to lie. Counts balls is something that I will now say forever. And then
Hell
he
yes,
goes back,
counts
destroyed,
balls.
his mindset obliterated. He was worthless at this point. He wasn't given the proper credence by his family, and he can't even live up to it with his natural talent. And as he walks in through the doors defeated in the Chunin exams, his uncle explained to him the truth and how, no, fam, you're right, I'm wrong for being a bitch ass. Your father was a mad lad who deserves the ultimate respect and Neji, I'm gonna treat you like you're my son. That's when Neji's arc closed. A lot of people were complaining that Neji didn't really get any viable fights or screen time or anything really past that point until the 10-tails flung a chopstick at him. And honestly, this is why. He had his entire character arc. He had that traumatic event in his past with his family, and that allowed his character to develop into a mindset where natural talent was so valuable. It was a toxic mindset, and he was taught a valuable lesson when Naruto slapped the crap out of him in the Chunin exams. This is when his character arc came to a close, and his thematic ailments that held him back from becoming a healthy individual ceased to exist. This was a complete character arc for Neji Hyuga. Shikamaru Nara,
my
the absolute
God,
mad
yes.
lad. Come on, everyone loves Shikamaru. The guy's stoic, he's badass, he's conniving. And I could come up with a lot more adjectives, but I'm not trying to flex on
What
you
a
so hard,
drag.
okay? He has a cool jutsu that allows him to not need to work hard, but still flex on everyone. And he was so good at flexing, in the Chunin exams, he fought just as much as he needed to become the only ninja that was promoted to Chunin, and also managed to forfeit in the first round so he wouldn't need to bother himself with more fights. This guy's a genius, but unfortunately, he possesses one of the greatest sins of man.
Yeah.
Shikamaru
Yeah.
is hella lazy.
He is. Oh my god.
Naturally lazy as well. I kinda
What a
force
drag.
myself to work harder, giving myself deadlines and shit. I just posted on Twitter that if I don't upload 20 videos within the next month, you have full right to harass me. And I don't have any videos prepared. I did it literally just so that I don't have an excuse to fail. No, that was not just an excuse to link my Twitter in the description. It's because it's
Which everyone
actually
should follow.
super
It is
important
funny.
thing. I only figured out about this whole giving myself deadline things within the last few years, and it has opened my eyes to oh no!
Don't you dare close your
eyes. Still better than the new Aladdin movie. But Shikamaru's greatest flaw was his lack of empathy and his just straight up laziness. This man had so much potential, but he did not want people to know that
Yeah,
he
he's
did.
like,
His
I'm not
priorities were
that
always
good.
not needing to get into confrontation. My favorite example of this is when Orochimaru and the Sand Ninja attacked the Leaf Village in the middle of the Chunin exams. They cast a massive genjutsu over everyone, putting them to sleep, except for highly trained Jonin ninjas that were actually able to figure out what was going on. And Shikamaru, because I love him, he managed to break out of the genjutsu, but still made believe he was under the
Stayed asleep,
genjutsu sleeping, so he wouldn't actually need to fight. Of course, Asuma's like, alright, Shikamaru, I know you're too smart for this. Get your ass out of that chair right now. And Shikamaru's like, ah, damn it. I love that scene so much. Shikamaru's an amazing person as well. He obviously cares about the well-being
That
of
is
the village,
funny.
but it took so much
But I don't want to do anything.
to actually get Shikamaru to understand what his priorities need to be. Shikamaru's arc, unlike most of the Konoha ninja, didn't end in the Chunin exams. His arc lasted until the very end. He managed to overcome this lack of empathy through Asuma
Sad
teaching him
times.
who the king truly is. He never gave him the answer. He always puzzled him with riddles. Asuma's a great teacher. Shikamaru eventually figured out that the king that he needs to protect is the future generation of the Leaf Ninja, and when he actually learned that, it hit him hard. It broke through his emotional receptors, and he was more empathetic towards the rest of his village than almost anyone else was. He had that eye and that
Now
foresight
he has
for
to
the
protect
future
the king.
that he was going to put his foot down to make sure that the village survived. How did he do that? By becoming the second hand of the Hokage. Shikamaru taking the job that's arguably the most work in the entire nation is nothing less than astonishing and respectable.
It's class.
This man, whose
He's
biggest
grown.
flaw was
There's
his
some
lack of
development
empathy
there.
and his laziness, took the duty on his shoulders to work the hardest
Duty.
and
It's a
have
duty,
everyone
yeah.
else's future in mind above his own. Also, a perfect way to wrap up the character arc of Shikamaru Nara. I'm gonna have to start moving faster because I think you're starting to realize what I'm talking about. Everyone had some sort of thematic baggage in their past, and every
Are we
single
gonna
one
cover
of them
some
became a standalone amazing
females in
character
this?
because we got to see them overcome it and become a better person through it. Ino was a bitch
Oh,
at the beginning
wow,
of Naruto.
there we go.
She was running after
That's
Sasuke
so
because he was
weird
a
that you
popular
said
dude,
that.
not because she personally had any envy towards him, and she was willing to give up to Sakura Sakura when she realized how fleeting her love actually was. She would always make fun of Sakura, and then eventually throwing all that aside, saying, Sakura, please teach me medical ninjutsu. Choji was someone who was always so ashamed of how he looked and of his weight, and he's someone who became more proud of his body than anyone else in the entire series. He's someone that would go from obese to mega thin in the blink of an eye, and he wouldn't care what anyone had to say to him as the series progressed. He went from a stress ball to the most laid-back, calm, happy dude ever. Hinata also had the same story. Her obvious flaw in the beginning was her extreme shyness that prevented her from actually taking the steps required to say, hey, Naruto, I am in fact a massive stalker alert. But she actually did manage to stand up for herself. And
mate, what a moment.
In Naruto's eyes when Naruto was pinned down by Pain. And after Pain obliterated the entire village, the only one that went to fight him was Hinata. Not Sakura,
so cool.
Crying like a little bitch in the corner saying,
yeah, she's like, oh no, what do we do?
No, Hinata. This is where her character actually blew. Now, there are some characters that never really had this treatment. Obviously, 20 ninja were introduced in the Chunin exam. They're not all getting this story. And for some odd reason, those are the fans' picks for the least favorite among them. You got Tenten, Kiba, and Shino, all of which did not really have any burden that they overcame.
Yeah.
It made them fine characters as far as the support cast goes, but nothing that really stood out in anyone's favorite lists. Lee is an absolute heavy hitter, and the reason why so many people are frustrated by Lee is because Lee never seemed to get that conclusion he needed. Everyone for the entirety of the series was waiting for that big...
Like, he had the proper underdog story, man.
...to get that big, fat W. Spelling fat with a PH, by the way.
Yeah,
express the wobbliness of how this W needs to look. Lee is a better protagonist than the protagonist, even following the same guidelines as far as his theme. Naruto's this guy who works hard to get where he is. Lee works way harder.
Yeah,
Naruto's ostracized and made fun of by his class. So is Lee.
Yeah.
And Lee doesn't have
because he
that
can't do any of the
heritage that makes him awesome.
magical
Naruto
ninja
has
stuff.
The nine-tailed fox, an infinite chakra that lets him do whatever he wants, and Lee breaks the system learning how to use the gates. And he's willing to sacrifice his own well-being to be a kick-ass ninja. Lee is the embodiment of hard work. Lee is the embodiment of the underdog. Now, I've mentioned in the past why I like Lee versus Gaara so much and why it's my third favorite fight in the history of anime. And the reason why it hits so hard
that's quite high up.
In an ideal world, every single character's story will be met with that same perfect closure that'll give us a wonderful support character and a character that we can always appreciate. But the beauty of Lee versus Gaara is that we got to see that hard work actually is amazing. Neji was freaked out, and Neji was his main adversary in his mind. Him dropping those training
God, dropping the weights, man.
Throwing Gaara around like a rag doll, that's all a win in Lee's book. But still, natural talent managed to beat him in the very end, and it was tragic. That's because life sucks sometimes.
Yep.
Sometimes, no matter how much hard work you put in, the person who puts in hard work that also has natural talent will destroy you. It's such a powerful life lesson. I've mentioned this before, and this really isn't the place for me to spend an exorbitant amount of time talking about it again, but Lee versus Gaara will forever be that wake-up call. It'll forever be that slap in the face that sometimes life's not fair. And I very much appreciate Naruto for doing something like that and giving us a character like Lee that we could bond to so much and feel so sad for, even if he did not get the closure that most of us
that music, man.
This is why Naruto is the king of character development. One Piece is amazing, obviously. I would never say a bad word towards One Piece, but One Piece is
gonna get into it real soon now that I have so much time.
The characterization in One Piece is actually amazing. Each of the Straw Hats is amazing in their own right, as far as a character build-up, but as far as character development goes, I wouldn't say Luffy changed much from the very beginning. Obviously, in certain ways he did, but not all that much. Neither did Zoro, neither did Sanji, etc., etc. That's just not the story One Piece is. Dragon Ball, pretty much none of the characters have changed, aside from drastic changes. From Vegeta going to massive asshole to minor asshole. From androids going from kill Goku to save Goku. Not on a thematic level as much as how they were completely changed by the events that unfolded before them. In Fairy Tail, yeah, they turned every bad guy good. Wonderful. That's character development for you. And even in great modern shonen like Black Clover and My Hero Academia, Todoroki's character development was fantastic. We got to see who Todoroki was and how Deku helped break him out of that shell.
That was
and you have
class.
the same thing in Black Clover. You have someone like, let's say, Gauche or Finral, and Asta helped break them out of their shells. but it's not that their personal narrative actually came full circle like it did in Naruto. I consider Hunter x Hunter to have some of the greatest character development in Shonen, but then again, when you actually look at Hunter x Hunter, granted, the psychological development is fantastic. With someone like Gon or Killua, especially the villains, I wouldn't say the massive growths and complete character arcs are there for anyone, aside from tragic ones that befall villains. The simple style that Naruto has introduces a massive problem to a character in the character's past. That shapes the character's present into a terrible vibe, and for whatever reason, them overcoming both of these issues, simultaneously turning them into a much better person. That's the beautiful metamorphosis of the Naruto character that pretty much does not exist anywhere else you look. This is why Naruto is the king of character development. And now, if I could borrow your attention for just a brief moment.
What are we doing now?
Time already. I feel so terrible to ask you.
What's this?
Something so large. Bye-bye, Sakura! This is why you suck. If you notice, most of the characters I've been talking about their lovely character arcs, were introduced in early Naruto, and most of their character arcs finished in early Naruto, some spanned through Shippuden.
Yeah.
That's all well and good. None of the characters I've mentioned, on the other hand, were actually introduced in Shippuden. Because once the character was in Shippuden, they were already more of an adult. They were a character that we already see at their climax of their life. A character like Killer Bee, for example, never had that massive character development that most of the others did.
I agree with you there.
Sakura, well, it's almost like she destroyed that theme in her own regard, and this is why Sakura's actually hated. You may not have realized necessarily that this was the thematic character growth of every other support character in Naruto, and you may not have even realized that Sakura slaps this entire ideal in the face, because if you look at early Naruto, what were Sakura's hindrances? What were her thematic issues, and how did she overcome them? Truth be told, she never really had any
She didn't have anything going on,
to overcome. In fact, the only time we actually see her feel kind of bad about herself is when she's pitifully in the background while Naruto and Sasuke are having all the big fights. Many of her quotes were things along the lines of, "Women have to be strong in order to survive," or, "I've always considered myself to be a true ninja," but those were just empty words, because Sasuke and Naruto were always in the lead, but now it's my turn to take the lead, and all of you can watch me from the background. I can't just let everyone protect me all the time. Or, all I've been doing is watching YouTube from behind. Now, get a good look.
Damn, that's a lot of quotes that sounding quite similar.
She felt useless. Hey, I wonder where that meme started from. Maybe that's that big traumatic thing in her past that she's trying to overcome.
Well, that she's useless.
A lot of people say it's true that Sakura isn't as powerful as, like, literal gods like Naruto and Sasuke, but at least she's a medic. That has nothing to do with her thematic presence in the story. Them watching her back in a fight because she's taking the charge is never a theme that actually gets resounded. But okay, she definitely showed amazing resilience when she took a kunai and cut her hair off.
When she could have just attacked the person's legs.
Stabbing her opponent.
Yeah.
But, you know, that was pretty brave, I guess. Not that it actually succeeded in accomplishing any of her thematic build up until that point. I mean, the show kind of made it look like some big scene of her growth, but how exactly did that signify growth? Bravery was never her issue. The will to fight back was never her thematic problem. One of the ways her character was pretty cruel was how she always mistreated Naruto.
Yeah, she was horrible to him.
Liked her.
Oh my god, when she told him that she loved him.
Naruto and loved Sasuke. I would argue that this was a huge flaw in her person that she had to overcome, but nope. She stayed liking Sasuke the whole time. She liked Sasuke so much she was useless when it came to the Sasuke retrieval arc, and she couldn't actually go save him.
Yeah.
Okay, that's very understandable. They want to save her massive character development for Shippuden, but when Shippuden came along, her only actual interaction with Sasuke was in the final battle, and she didn't really say anything to him. In fact, the only feelings of love that were popping out of Sakura were when Sakura said to Naruto, "Naruto, I love you," then kissed him, and then completely cucked him right after that.
Horrible.
Sakura never had a thematic lesson taught to her for being a bitch for so much of the series. And then at the end, they're like, "Oh yeah, Sakura finally manages to reclaim her thingy because she is finally fighting alongside them." So she has to say, "Naruto, Sasuke, I know you guys are basically gods, and I can punch really hard, but I'm finally fighting alongside you." To which Naruto and Sasuke
just shrug.
"Damn, that's the second funniest joke I heard since there was that one mad scientist guy who was so smart he turned
into a pickle."
And then everyone will say, "Look how useful Sakura actually was. She was so powerful as a medic. She was so great when it came to fighting Sasori, and I'm not saying Sakura, to her world, is a useless character. I'm saying that when it comes to the brilliant character development within the world of Naruto, when they set up a character's flaws and imperfections, and that character thematically overcomes them later to become a better person, that beautiful style of character development that's in almost every single core character. A lot of characters that I didn't mention because you don't need more examples of this. And especially the characters like, Naruto and Sasuke. Sakura didn't get that. I'm not a Sakura hater. I think she's a fine character. I just think she has no fandom, and this is why. And to all of y'all Sakura stans that claim to exist, even though we know the honest truth is that you don't, enjoy the Twitter wars and the Twitter threads and the Twitter talks about how Sakura is actually useful. But the truth of the matter is, the only reason why you fake stan Sakura is because there's a lot of hentai. Sorry for rekindling this war. Kind of proud of myself that I did, not gonna lie. But I am so sorry. Hope you enjoyed this video. Naruto truly is the king of character development. This is why Sakura...
And wow, there's a lot of characters that had a lot of development stories about in that.
This is something that I feel like no one actually talks about and no one gives enough respect to Naruto for doing. Naruto doesn't do this at all. Big surprise. Another reason why that sucks. Definitely leave a like on this video. Give it a share to anyone that, has any sort of opinion on Sakura or Naruto at all. Anyone who likes to say how My Hero Academia is better than Naruto in every single way. Give them a taste of the character development.
It's good anime, but
I
still prefer Naruto.
Thanks again, Naruto Slugfest, for sponsoring this video.
Naruto Shadow Legends.
Have yourselves the most wonderful evening, and remember to
stay weird, fam. That was good. Pew. That was a very good video. That was very good. A lot of characters had a lot of stuff going on, but I do agree with them with Sakura. She never had any kind of things to overcome or anything set up in that way, and so yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. What did you guys think of that? What do you guys think of this? Click like, subscribe if you haven't already, leave comments down below. Let me know what I should let me know what I should watch and discuss in future videos. I'll see you guys next time.